Welcome to Liverpool Breaking, the ultimate home for the latest, fastest, and most trusted news about Liverpool FC. If you're a true Red and you love to stay updated on transfer news, match analysis, player updates, and every story around Liverpool, this is the place for you. Don't miss a single update. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll always be the first to know when fresh news drops. Together, we are YNWA. You'll never walk alone Liverpool transfer saga. Konaté refuses new deal. Real Madrid step in. And Reds push for Guehi and Isak to fill the gaps. The transfer window is always full of drama. But Liverpool's situation this summer has turned into one of the biggest sagas in European football. The Reds, who are preparing for a new era under Arne Slot, face a tough decision after Ibrahim Konate rejected a contract renewal. The French defender's stance has forced the club into talks with Real Madrid, while at the same time they are negotiating for reinforcements. Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace and Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. This story has all the ingredients of a true transfer roller coaster. Big names, rejected contracts, financial negotiations, and a bold plan to strengthen two key positions at once. Let's break down the entire saga step by step. Konaté refuses new Liverpool contract. Ibrahima Konate, who joined Liverpool from RB Leipzig in 2021, has been a key figure in the Reds' defense. His partnership with Virgil van Dijk was seen as the long-term backbone of the team. However, Konaté's future has taken an unexpected turn. Sources around the club reveal that the French international has refused to extend his contract. The main reasons are believed to be a mixture of financial disagreements and concerns about his role in Arne Slot's tactical system. Konaté, who has struggled with occasional injuries, reportedly feels underappreciated in terms of salary compared to other top defenders in the Premier League. Liverpool made an offer to extend his deal with improved terms, but the player's representatives declined, signaling that he might prefer a new challenge abroad. This decision has put the Reds in a difficult position. Do they risk losing him for less money later, or cash in now while his value is still high? Real Madrid enter the scene. As soon as Konaté's contract refusal became public, Real Madrid were quick to act. The Spanish giants are always on the lookout for defensive reinforcements, especially after recent injury problems at the back. Carlo Ancelotti is said to admire Konaté's strength, aerial ability, and pace, which fit perfectly with Madrid's long-term planning. Madrid made an opening bid of €25 million for the Frenchman. However, Liverpool immediately rejected this offer. The Reds value Konaté at $40 million, considering his age, 25, experience, and potential resale value. Negotiations are expected to continue in the coming days, with Madrid likely to raise their bid. Liverpool, on the other hand, are playing hardball. They know the Spanish giants need defenders and won't let Konaté leave cheaply. For Konaté himself, the chance to join Madrid is tempting. The allure of playing at the Santiago Bernabeu, fighting for La Liga and the Champions League every year, could sway his decision. Still, the final word will depend on whether the two clubs can find common ground financially. Liverpool's response: rebuilding the squad. Liverpool are not just sitting back and waiting. The refusal from Konaté has pushed them into action, and the club has already advanced negotiations for two new signings. 1. Marc Guehi, Crystal Palace, a strong, reliable centre-back who impressed in the Premier League and for England at international level. 2. Alexander Isak, Newcastle United, a versatile striker who can also play wide, seen as the ideal player to help fill the attacking gap left by Luis Diaz's uncertain future. Marc Guehi, the defensive solution has been on Liverpool's radar for months, but now talks have accelerated. Personal terms with the England defender are reportedly close to being agreed. Palace are demanding a high fee, likely around 50 to 60 million. But Liverpool see him as a long-term investment. Slot wants a defender who is comfortable on the ball, quick across the ground, and young enough to grow with the team. Guehi ticks all those boxes. The plan is for him to slot into the backline alongside Van Dijk or Joe Gomez, depending on the tactical setup. If Konaté does leave, Guehi's arrival becomes even more urgent. Alexander Isak, the attack upgrade. Liverpool's forward line has been one of the most feared in Europe for years. But with Sadio Mané gone, Mohamed Salah aging, and Diaz linked with moves away, the club needs fresh energy up front. This is where Alexander Isak comes in. The Newcastle striker has been outstanding since arriving in England, combining physical presence with technical flair and goal-scoring instinct. At 25, he fits Liverpool's profile of a forward entering his peak years. Talks between Liverpool and Isak's representatives are at an advanced stage, with personal terms nearly agreed. Newcastle, however, are reluctant to sell one of their stars unless they receive an irresistible offer, something in the region of 70 to 80 million a while. Liverpool believe Isak could be the ideal addition, offering both goals and creativity. He can play centrally or drift wide, which gives Arne Slot tactical flexibility. If Diaz leaves, Isak could partly replace his influence on the wing while also boosting the center-forward position. The gap left by Diaz and Konate. Liverpool's current transfer activity is not only about Konate. The club is also preparing for life without Luis Diaz, who has attracted interest from Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. Losing both Diaz and Konate in the same window would normally be a nightmare for fans, but the recruitment team is already preparing replacements. Konaté's gap would be filled by Guehi, giving stability in defense. Diaz's gap would be filled by Isak, who offers similar attacking flair but also brings height and physicality. This two-player strategy shows Liverpool's proactive planning. Instead of being reactive, they want to ensure the squad remains balanced and competitive for the Premier League title race and Champions League return. Financial considerations. One of the biggest talking points is money. Liverpool rejected Madrid's 25 million bid for Konaté because they believe his true value is closer to 40 million. That extra 15 million could play a big role in financing Guehi's arrival. Meanwhile, signing both Guehi and Isak would require a huge financial effort, possibly more than 130 million combined. Liverpool are considering different strategies, selling Konate for at least 40 million, allowing Diaz to leave for a big fee, around 70 and 80 million, using part of the summer budget allocated by the owners, FSG. It's clear that Liverpool's transfer window will involve not just buying, but also careful selling to balance the books. What this means for Liverpool fans. For fans, this saga is a mixture of anxiety and excitement. Losing Konate and possibly Diaz would hurt, but the names linked as replacements are exciting. Marc Guehi represents a new generation of English defenders, while Alexander Isak could become a star at Anfield. The most important message is that Liverpool are not standing still. Under Arne Slot, the club wants to refresh the squad, keep the team competitive, and build for the future. This means tough decisions, bold negotiations, and possibly some shocking exits. Timeline of events. Early summer 2025. Liverpool opened talks with Konate for a new contract. July 2025. Konate refuses to sign, citing financial and sporting concerns. August 2025, Real Madrid submit a 25 million offer which Liverpool reject. Same period, Liverpool advance talks with Marc Guehi and Alexander Isak. Next weeks, negotiations expected to continue, with potential breakthrough deals. Looking ahead, the coming weeks will be decisive. If Real Madrid increase their bid to something closer to 40 million, Liverpool may accept. At the same time, the Reds must finalize agreements with Palace and Newcastle for Guehi and Isak. The saga could end with Konate leaving to Madrid, Liverpool signing Guehi as his replacement, Liverpool signing Isak to strengthen attack after Diaz's departure. Or it could twist in another way. Madrid,